Hi Stampers, this is Dawn and today we're going to make this cute little card and we're using my card sketch number 96 that was posted today on my blog. This is the card sketch. If you're not familiar with my card sketches, I post one every Monday and we're almost up to 100. It's unbelievable, but we're having so much fun with these sketches. So I design a card sketch and I post the template with all the measurements and everything on my blog every Monday. And then what you do is you take the template and then you run with it. So you use your products that you have handy. You can make it any theme, any occasion. And then of course I post a card that's the twist on my card sketch. So this is just my version of this week's card sketch. So of course you can make this card sketch go any way you want. So like this, you can turn it. You can make it go like, I guess the black piece would be horizontal, the banner piece, or like in this case, we're going to make it go vertical like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So let me give you all the measurements. So the crumb cake base is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so I have two pieces of Whisper White. This one is actually going to go for the inside. So this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Then for the front Whisper White piece, this piece is cut at 4 7/8 by 5 1/8. Then your Mossy Meadow, this is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. It's going to go on the front. And then these are your little pieces that you're building onto. So your Early Espresso piece is cut at 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. We're going to pennant those two ends. And then the crumb cake is cut at 2 by 3 3/4. Okay, so let's go ahead and start building our card. I'm going to go ahead and pennant the ends of the Early Espresso piece first, get that done. So all I did here is I'm going to cut in the center of my Early Espresso, and then I'm going to bring that edge up and cut it to that center point where I just cut to make a little pennant or a little flag on the end, just like that. Then this piece of Early Espresso is going to layer over top of the Mossy Meadow just like this, and then our piece of crumb cake, we're going to go over that. Okay, so now we're going to go do some stamping. Let me grab some Scrap Whisper White. And this is the stamp set we're using, Snowfront. It's one of my favorites this past week or so lately. I've been using it a lot. Actually, we're using this stamp set for my thank you notes, which that video will be posted on Friday. So stay tuned for that. These are the other items that we're using. So the Spooktacular Bash is in a bundle that we're using the Ordinate frames, dies. We're going to actually use this frame right here in the Mossy Meadow. Ordinate frames come in a Halloween bundle, but you can use them for anything. So we're also using the Merry Moose stamp set. We're using the Have a Cozy Christmas on the front of our card. And this also comes in a bundle where you can save 10% with the Moose Punch. Isn't that cute? All right, so let's go ahead and grab our inks. We're using 3 colors today. So we're using the Mossy Meadow, Early Espresso, and Crumb Cake. Okay, so first I'm going to go ahead and take my trees, and I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow. I'm just going to stamp the tree line right here in the center. Then I'm going to take this little swirl here that's representing kind of like land or the hill, and I'm going to use the Crumb Cake for that. And I'm going to bring this over fairly close because this is going to be a small oval. So we're just going to stamp that right there, and then we're going to take our little cabin with the Early Espresso and stamp that right onto that hill part of that crumb cake. And then we're going to take the 2 little deer, and these images are all in that Snowfront stamp set, and you also get a cute snowman and a different sets of trees. It's really awesome. And also a mountain. It's just a really versatile stamp set. I love it. So we're going to stamp the little deer over here in front of the tree line. And then we're going to take that Have a Cozy Christmas. We're going to stamp that with the Mossy Meadow. We're going to stamp that right underneath the house or the cabin. Okay, so now we're going to grab our Big Shot to do some die cutting. So let me put these inks away. Okay, so we're going to grab the Layering Oval dies. And I'm going to take this size right here, and I'm going to put it right over top of my stamped image. And we're going to run that through the Big Shot. Okay, so here's our cute little greeting and our little cottage. Okay, so now we're going to take the ordinate frames. We're going to take this one, remember, and we're going to use our layer for the card. Since we're going to be covering this up with the crumb cake, I'm going to go ahead and put that right where we're going to kind of eyeball where we're going to put that crumb cake piece. And then we're going to run that through the Big Shot. I always like running through the delicate or the very detailed dies through a couple times through the Big Shot. But look how easy that comes out. It's so nice. And with it being very, very detailed on the edges, it's just so cute. All right, so that's all the die cutting. So let's go ahead and move the Big Shot now. We're going to go ahead and put all these layers together now. So let's go ahead and grab some snail. We're going to put our Mossy Meadow onto our Whisper White piece. Okay, then our Early Espresso piece, we're going to put that onto the base with some dimensionals. So let me grab some of those. Now this is what I did for the ornate die cut. So I took my scissors and I just cut this in half. So even though it looks like it's behind the oval, like it's a shape of an oval, it's really not. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put some adhesive behind the oval. And we're just going to build up our layer behind that. Just like that. Put this piece over here. Isn't that beautiful? Let me layer it on here on the grid paper so you can see that detail around that oval. It's so cute. All right, so let's go ahead and build our layer here. I'm going to take the Early Espresso and I'm going to take our crumb cake. We're going to put those two pieces together. This piece is just going to go across the Early Espresso, just like that. And then this piece, you can pop that up on dimensionals, which is what I'm going to do, or you can use your snail. Layer this over top of that. So pretty. And then we're going to take our base here and then see how that crumb cake just covers up that cutout. So we utilized the Mossy Meadow a little bit more than we would have if we just covered it up with the cardstock. All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and layer this onto the crumb cake base. So adorable. And then the Whisper White goes on the inside. Of course, you could stamp a message or even stamp another cabin with the snowman maybe on the inside. Totally up to you. All right, now we're going to add some dazzling diamonds. I'm going to take my liquid glue and I'm just going to take the tip of the glue pin here and I'm going to dot the trees and then cover in the cabin roof and the chimney. And then do a little smoke coming out of the chimney. And then also the snow on the ground. And in front of the deer. Okay. We're going to add our dazzling diamonds. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, that glitter really makes the card. Whenever you have a really awesome card, you can make it even more fabulous just by adding some glitter, in my opinion. Okay, so that's how you make that really adorable card. So let me show you the card sketch number 96 again. So this was the sketch. Now on the sketch, I just took the smaller oval and I just cut that in half, kind of like what we did for the ordinate die. So that's what the template looks like. So you can really take this to so many other levels on whatever you want. Think outside the box with the card sketches. I love it. So if you want to see the past 96 card sketches on my blog, I have the link posted below for the link directly to this blog post. And then you can check out the whole 96 card sketches that we've been doing every Monday. All right, so if you have any questions, just let me know. And then don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thanks for stopping by and we'll see you later. Bye.